How has the last 7 days been for you? We are here. We are here, and we are doing what we need to do for you. Bring your powers out. Bring your powers out. Ah, you know something? Let me take. Let's say personally, this is me personally now, right? That it's been one of those strongs that has been kind of disturbing. I've just sat back and been in contemplation. Unfortunately, I'm hearing the conversation behind the conversation, and this is the thing that I'm carrying forward from yesterday. It's kind of the subject that we was discussing on the Black Father Support Group show yesterday as well, right? And I just want to touch on it briefly, mainly because it is part of our awareness, right? And I just want to be out there enough for everybody to be aware of what is actually happening here, right? And what is happening around us, yeah. And what I'm finding, or what I came across, was that there was the there was the messages that was putting men in a position of awkwardness, right? And of course, the females are going to be coming forward and saying that all the atrocities that they have um, witnessed, they have actually happened to them, right? The wickedness that's been going on with them over the years, and to no accountability, right? They don't even feel that they're in a position that they can actually be heard or listened to, which is a terrible state for anybody to be in, right? There's no there's no person, I feel, that should be left in that state, in the fact of that they are going to be feeling that they have no support in any way. A lot of people turned around and said, "Oh, they look, that the sisters or the women out there, they're putting themselves into that position." Really, really, I cannot accept that. I will not accept that, right? And mainly because if you are moving in a peaceful, harmonious state, then you will create that around you, right? In fact, if you come into a situation, a place that is not in harmony with yourself, you will not be able to operate comfortably in that. You will not be settled within that, right? I've had it myself. I've had it myself where women, right, and sometimes men, they feel uncomfortable around me. Now, I want to tell you now, this is a very important part of this. We can reflect, right, the way how we are by just our thoughts. Just our thoughts. And it has been proven. So, like, as I was aware of what was happening over the last 7 days, right, that it was a constant barragement of messages of don't trust men, men are terrible, they should be not be allowed on the street after certain hours, and all that's the type of talk that was going on. And the thing is that nobody said, let's check this, let's put this into check, right? Because obviously it's getting out of hand. Nobody's doing that. Nobody. They're just letting it run rife. They're letting it run rife. And I'm not in a knee-jerk reaction here. I am looking, as I always do, I'm looking for the message behind what is being said. The outcome, the possibilities of the outcome of what is being said. What is going to be the repercussions beyond what is being said? And the way how it's looking, or the way how it was looking, is that we as men were going to be put in a position of distrust, right? Mainly by the women, right? And it could get to a situation that, to be amicable, we probably would say, some workplaces, they would say, okay then, well, if you feel that way, right, we'll have, for instance, separate rest areas, right? One for male, mixed. One for female and a mixed, right? They may even have, which I know that they do have at the moment, right? They do have lady taxis, right? Taxis that only women can go into, driven by women, and it is for women, right? Soon, I wouldn't be surprised if they say, okay, then we're going to have just buses specifically only for women. I wouldn't be surprised if they came with that. I would not be surprised. And the reason why I say that, because they have that type of traveling arrangements in some Muslim states. Right? They do have that traveling arrangement. So I don't see why they wouldn't adopt that type of thing here. The segregation. Deliberate sexual segregation in that way. Yeah? This is the fallout that I can see what could be happening. Right? It is getting into a state of where people are in real confusion at this time. They are in real confusion at this time. And the thing is that it is being supported not only by the white people out there, the white communities, but it is filtering into the black communities. Now look, I want to hear this today, right? I won't say this morning, but I want to hear today, right? While I'm here on the Blacknificent show, I want to hear the sisters, and I don't want the last minute call in or anything like that. I want you to message me, right? I want you to call me to have a discussion, right? In the way of how can we regain the harmonious living standards that we require. Remember, we're bringing up families here. We're bringing up families here. Imagine you have a young daughter and a son, and they're going to be in the same household. And then they got that infiltration of the separation within the household. In some homes, it can be a difficult situation of bringing up a young man and a young woman, because you know how they operate in sometimes when they're close to age, so they're going to go through their puberty at the same time, not at the same rate, but they're going to grow through their puberty, and then there's conflict in one way or another. Don't. And then they're going to be strengthened by this negative divination or dividing. They're going to be strengthened because they say, "Oh, well, look, I'm a woman, and you you are threatening me. You are threatening me." Instead of encouraging that woman to be more confident in themselves, so that they're saying they can actually create the environment of safety. Be aware of their environment of for safety. This is why. This is why. Even what we're doing here, right, on the Blacknificent show, that you are in control of everything. You are in control of that. Yes. Look, I'm gonna. Let's face the facts. Let's face the facts. There are certain people out here, men and women, right, that they would dress in a certain way, provocative, right? Let me talk. Let's take it from the male perspective, right? They were dressing something that is going to be possibly showing off the muscularity of their body, the muscularity of their body, right? The chest, right? The shirt that is open a little bit more to show off them chests. You understand? The belt that is gonna show the snugness of their waistline, right? Because as as we go mature, we start spread out. But that is the thing that young people, they are shaped. You will be shaping different from when you are 20 to when you're 30 to 40 to 50, 60, whatever. You understand? That's a given. That's a given, right? Unless you are constantly working on that with extreme exercises or dietary or anything like that. But in general, that's what they do, right? Wearing clothing that can be attractive, right? This is why we change up our look, our fashion in them ways there, so right. So we wear something different. You understand? Yeah. Well, in some cases, yeah. Yeah. Right. Then you have the women, right? Always adorning themselves in jewelry, right? Makeup, in some cases, clothing, right? That even for them they look aesthetically good, right? And it is appealing because that is what the that a woman would like to look like in that way there, that they look comfortable in themselves, they're expressing themselves. You understand? And I'm not talking about Miss Go down the road, or anyhow Miss Flash It Out. I'm not talking about them type of thing there, right? I'm talking in decent and modesty right now, and that's where I would like to keep this conversation in them things there, right? So when we have those situations there, right? And then you're saying that you're getting unwanted attention, unwanted attention, right? Is it because those people are actually attracted to you, right? In a positive or negative way, or are they attracted to you because you are inviting them to come? And I'm talking both the men and the women too, right? Because as much as what we know that it happens to the women, it does happen to men as well. Yeah, right. Can you see? Can you see just a little change? Just a little change can probably change your whole disposition, right? This is why you find certain people of different religious orientations, they cover their head because of the same said thing. They cover their head, right? Take away their identification in that way there, right? Or it is said that they should cover their head. Then again, whether you wish to or accept that or not, that's down to you. But that is probably one of the reasons why they do that. And I've heard it used as a form of how would I put it now? It's not an excuse, as an explanation of why they do that, of why they do it. And then some others say that they cover their head because it's a form of respect of spirituality that shows their devotion in that way there. Hmm? You understand? These are the type of things that are out there. We as human beings, we are naturally radiant. Naturally radiant. If you see a healthy brother, a healthy sister, you are naturally drawn to that person. Naturally. Right? If you see somebody who is comfortable in themselves, you are drawn to that person. If you see somebody who is confident, your attention will be drawn to that person. So this is where the Blacknificent comes into it now. We are responsible. We are responsible for how we actually project ourselves at all times. No excuses. We are responsible from the way how we even speak out there. At all times, no excuses. We are responsible for possibly even the way how we look at times. No excuses. We are responsible. We are responsible. The natural thing that a person does, we scan each other. We look at each other. We read without even conversing who, what, where, how. We do that with each other. You understand? Our conversation starts way before we have that verbal interaction. We are responsible for that. We are responsible, both man and woman. You understand? Now here's the other side of it now. If you saw something that you say that, you know what, this is going to cause this person to be uncomfortable. For instance, you could be somewhere, anywhere. You could be out shopping, right? You could just be even walking down the road, right? Getting into a lift, right? Literally could be anywhere, right? You could even be at one of our gatherings, a seminar, a presentation, right? And you see certain behaviors that a person is there that you say, you know something, that person is not acting right, and is making somebody else feel very uncomfortable, right? Now you could either diffuse the situation by pointing it out that what the way how you're carrying on. If you feel that a brother to a brother, you could speak to that person, right? That you're making people feel uncomfortable, or this person feel uncomfortable, the way how you're standing so close to them, and probably the way how you're looking at them intensely. You understand? You probably could approach them that way, right? Or you could take the sister and say, I see that you're in a bit of problem. Why don't you just come over here, right? Or come with us, right? If it's a group of sisters, right? Why don't you come with us, and then you're at least you're with us, and this person will see that you're with other people, and probably would leave you alone, or possibly the sisters approach the brother, right? And it's that way there, so you understand. He may not even be aware of what